Hi, I'm John Kennedy, and today we're looking at the Samsung S6 Edge. Okay, so here we have the S6 Edge. I have to say the first two words I could describe it as are luxurious and distinctive. I have to say, compared with previous Samsung devices that usually had a very plasticky back to them, this is the first all-metal Samsung device that I'm actually aware of. I have to say it's you know, it certainly gives the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus a run for its money. It also, in the design stakes, is really a direct competitor with the HTC M9. And I have to say, just by comparison, it just feels a lot more lighter and airier than the M9. I first laid eyes on the S6 Edge and its sister, the S6, at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona just about a month or so back. And I have to say, I was smitten. I have to say, I've never seen Samsung do such clever things with the device. We currently have the white version, and as you can see, obviously, the curved screen. I loved the green one in particular, and it also comes in gold and it also comes in black, but I have to say it was what you'd call a perfect kaleidoscope of colour. They emphasised a lot about craftsmanship and how the actual screen itself is tempered. It's actually heated to something like 800 degrees Celsius just to get that curved effect, so a lot of expense has gone into it. You know, really remarkable and unique looking device. The device has a 5.1-inch screen. You know, I have to say one of the first things you'll also notice about it when you're using the software is just how content seems to wrap itself around the actual screen itself, and it actually also allows you to basically you know, create color coding on the device, allows you to manage your information. The actual screen is Super AMOLED, has something like 577 pixels per inch. The device, it's, as I said, it's a completely new redesign for Samsung. First things you'll notice is there's no USB 3 slot. There's only one mini or micro USB connector right here, no SD card slot. So that will be a bit confusing for people who probably would have used previous generations of the device like S4 and S5. The device itself comes in 32, 64 and 128 gigabyte configurations. So there'll be plenty of storage on the device, and in these cloud times you'll be able to share your photos directly to Dropbox or the web, so not a big problem. So the device runs Android 5.1 Lollipop, so that's the most up-to-date Android operating system that's out there. You know, in previous generations of Android devices, you know, particularly from Samsung, I would have really felt they didn't do enough with it. Others would say that Samsung typically over-engineers its Android offering. This time around, I think they've got it right. There's no adware or anything in your way. You're not being told to download stuff you don't really want to download. What you have instead is something that's quite elegant and sophisticated. The colours on the device come through very nicely. I would pretty much sum this up and say it's kind of an experience that's more Monet than Kandinsky. I also got to use the S6 Edge with the Gear VR at Mobile World Congress, and I have to say I wasn't really convinced about virtual reality technologies too much, but I have to say, having tried out Oculus Rift using the Samsung S6, it's amazing, very immersive, and I really can't wait till that technology comes along sooner. In terms of camera technology, Samsung has actually done something very unique here. They've basically put 5 megapixel camera on the front and back. So what happens there is you actually have no difference in terms of quality between the pictures you can take front or back from the device. It also has the usual HDR technology that I do admire in the Samsung device. And also, I suppose really, it probably has a camera that I think is just a little bit further on than the iOS camera on the iPhone 6. You just see a much more immersive picture. Battery life on the device is pretty good. I found that you could charge the device pretty much to 100% within an hour. Now, this is also the first generation of Samsung device that comes with inductive charging, wireless inductive charging. So you basically could actually theoretically power the battery in about less than 10 minutes. 40% of the battery life will be filled that way. I'd give this device about 4 out of 5, mainly because it's really just high quality, and you know, the technology works very well. It's got all the bells and whistles of what you'd expect to be in a premium phone. there is the rub though. As a premium phone, I've seen the prices range depending on price plan, but the most expensive one in the Irish market comes at around €749 and that again depends on your price plan. It can come down a lot different to maybe 200 or 300 if you're on a certain provider. So the four providers that have it are Vodafone, Tree, Meteor and Tesco Mobile. So where Samsung are going with this device is quite interesting. It's a premium device, no doubt it wants to compete with Apple, but Apple are winning on a lot of levels. Where Samsung is hurting most is in areas like China, where it's competing with lower priced devices from Xiaomi and Huawei. So how this will do in those terms, I don't know. I don't think it will save Samsung from its current profitability issues, but I do think that it has created something that will certainly grab people's attention if they're deciding whether to buy an iPhone or a HTC. So there you have it, the S6 Edge.